All right, we're on week 14, lecture A. This week we're talking about using multimedia in your writing. These notes are designing what you write, part 1. The way text is designed has a significant impact on how it's received by its audience. Design elements like typography, color, visuals, and layout are not mere decoration, but essential tools for enhancing communication. Whether you're choosing fonts, colors, or images, your design decisions should always align with your purpose, audience, and overall rhetorical situation. Thinking rhetorically about design. Effective design empowers writers to have greater control over their message. In today's world, with more tools and options available than ever before, design choices can greatly influence how an audience receives your message and whether your text achieves its intended purpose. Given the overwhelming amounts of words, images, and information competing for attention, readers are less likely to engage with the text from start to finish. Instead, they often scan for key details. As a writer, your goal is to design user-friendly documents, texts that are easy to access, navigate, read, and remember. Key considerations in text design. Rhetorical situation. Who is your audience? Consider whether your audience has specific design needs or expectations. For example, do they require larger type or visuals to understand the content better? Avoid design elements that may alienate them or undermine your credibility. What is your purpose? Your design choices should support your purpose. For instance, if you're explaining a process, use numbered lists to clarify steps. Avoid conflicting design choices such as a playful font in a formal business document. What is your genre? Different genres have specific design conventions. A scientific report, for example, may require structured headings like Introduction, Methods, Results, and Discussion. IMRAD. What is your stance? Think about how you want to present yourself to your audience. Should your tone sound across a professional, humorous, or matter of fact? Use typefaces, color schemes, and visual elements to reflect your stance effectively. What's the larger context? Take into account assignment guidelines or limitations of available technology. For instance, print text can incorporate photographs but not videos, while digital media allows for dynamic elements like animations. What media will you use? Print, digital, and spoken mediums have all unique design possibilities. For example, a print essay can include photos but not hyperlinks, while a website can utilize videos and interactive elements. Language conventions. Different media come with expectations for tone and style. Decide whether you'll adhere to these conventions or challenge them to create a unique impact. Accessibility in design. Creating accessible, inclusive text ensures all readers, including those with diverse visual, auditory, speech, or cognitive abilities, can engage with your work. Here are key steps for accessibility. Provide alternative text for all. For digital visuals, include alt text that explains the content or meaning of images. Screen reader software uses alt text to describe visuals to visually impaired users. Keep descriptions concise, especially for complex charts and graphs. Use reader-friendly type sizes. Opt for large, easy-to-read fonts for printed materials. When in doubt, choose 18-point type font or larger for alternative formats. Choose high contrast colors. Ensure text and background colors provide enough contrast for readability. Avoid relying solely on color to convey meaning. Underline links or use patterns to differentiate information for colorblind readers. Present visually accessible slides. When giving presentations, face the audience or camera. To assist lip readers, provide printouts or links to talk in large font sizes. For slides with visuals, narrate their content for clarity. Typography basics. Typography plays a central role in text design. Here's a breakdown of key elements. Typeface versus font. Typeface is a family of styled text, Times New Roman, Arial font variation of a typeface, for example, bold or italic. We have serif versus sans serif. Serif typefaces are Times New Roman. They have decorative lines at the end of letters, giving a traditional feel. They're often used in longer text for readability. Then we have sans serif typefaces, for example, Arial, that lack decorative lines and create a modern, clean look. They work well for digital slides and presentations. Then we have specialty typefaces. We have decorative or novelty fonts, impact, Comic Sans. They should be used sparingly as they can distract readers. Save these for informal or non-academic writing. Formatting options. Use bold, italics, or underlining to emphasize parts of a text in academic writing. Bold is commonly used for headings. Italics or underlining are used for titles of books, films, or other long works. Readability tips. For academic and workplace writing, stick to 10 to 12 point font sizes. For presentations, use at least 18-point font for better visibility. Academic writing is often double-spaced, while resumes and letters are single-spaced. Use headings effectively. Headings guide readers through your text, helping them locate specific information quickly. Wording. Make headings clear and parallel. Options include nouns, energy drinks, snack foods, gerund phrases, analyzing energy drinks, resisting snack foods, questions, what's in energy drinks, and why are snack foods addictive? Fonts. Distinguish headings from the main text using bold, italics, underlining, capitalization, or size. MLA and other styles may require headings to match the main text font, so check your guidelines. Using visuals in writing part 2. Writing today is more than just words. Visual elements like photos, charts, tables, and videos can enhance the way your message is understood. They can make your writing more engaging, easier to follow, and more impactful. To decide which visuals to include, ask yourself, would a photo slideshow better convey a scene in an oral presentation? Would a chart make it easier for readers to compare data than a paragraph would? Could a map or diagram help readers visualize how and where an event occurred? Remember, visuals should always serve your purpose, supporting your points rather than simply decorating the text. Even the most striking images require explanation. Always introduce and explain visuals to help readers understand their relevance. Kinds of visuals. Photographs. The purpose. Photos can help audiences visualize concepts that may be difficult to describe in words. They can provide compelling evidence or emotional appeal, such as the use of images in charity campaigns. Uses. They show readers something you're analyzing or reporting. They provide evidence to strengthen an argument. Videos. The purpose. Videos can demonstrate actions, processes, or sequences better than static images. Uses. Include video content in digital mediums if relevant and possible. Ensure the content aligns with your purpose and audience. Then we have charts, graphs, and tables. The purpose. Numerical and statistical data are often easier to understand when presented visually. Types. Bar graphs. Best for comparing data across categories such as age groups or time periods. Pie charts. Useful for showing parts of a whole, but limit to 6 or 7 slices for clarity. Tables. Organize large amounts of data concisely into rows and columns. Tips. Clearly label accesses and categories. Use consistent fonts, colors, and formats for multiple visuals. Maps. The purpose. To provide geographic context and orient your audience to places mentioned in your text. Tips. Add a title and key for clarity. Highlight notable locations for emphasis. Diagrams. To illustrate details or processes that photos may not capture effectively. The tips. Use clear labels in a single legible font. Ensure diagrams are large enough to include all necessary details. Creating visuals. Visuals can be sourced or created using tools like basic software, cameras, or online resources. Here are some tips. Finding visuals. Save and organize photos, graphs, and illustrations for easy access. Keep track of source information for captions or citations. Resolution matters. For printed materials, use high-resolution images. Avoid using low-quality images as they may appear blurry or illegible. Consistency. Use consistent fonts, colors, and styles across visuals for cohesion. Introducing and labeling visuals. Visuals should be treated like other source materials, introduced and explained to ensure clarity. Introduce visuals in your text. Explain what they depict and how they support your argument before they appear. Labeling in academics writing, MLA style. For tables, include a number, for example, Table 1, and a descriptive title above the table. Add a caption and source information below. For graphs, charts, photos, and diagrams, include a figure, number, and a caption, with source detail below the visuals. Best practices for designing visuals. Keep it simple. Avoid overcomplicating your design. Readers should easily find the information they need without navigating a complex layout. Text formatting. Use bullet points for emphasis or numbered lists for sequences. Present numerical data in a graph or table if it improves clarity. Positioning visuals. Place visuals in logical spots, such as near related text. Ensure they're large enough to display all details clearly, but not so large that they dominate the page. Optimize for digital use. Use compressed formats like JPEGs or GIFs to avoid long loading times for online visuals. Use white spaces effectively. Separate sections with extra space around headings, lists, and visuals to prevent clutter and improve readability. Organize your text. Use headings and subheadings to guide readers through your content. For websites, provide clear navigation, menus that remain consistent across pages. Getting feedback on your design. Before finalizing your text, seek feedback from peers or colleagues. Key questions to ask. Does the design align with the text's purpose, audience, and genre? Are the visuals relevant and effectively supporting the argument? Is the text easy to navigate? And are there elements that could be improved for clarity or emphasis? Final thoughts. Your design choices often create a reader's first impression of your work. Thoughtful, purposeful design not only enhances readability, but also strengthens the impact of your message. Whether it's a typeface, a color, or the placement of an image, make these decisions with care and intention. Now we got advanced tips for visual integration. Strategic selection of visuals. Relevance is key. Every visual must have a clear purpose. Avoid decorative visuals that don't contribute meaningfully to your message. Narrative support. Choose visuals that strengthen your argument or help tell your story. A chart that illustrates data trends or a photograph that evokes emotion will resonate more than generic images. Diversity of visuals. Instead of relying on one type of visual, consider combining different forms. For example, pairing a photo with a diagram or a table with a chart to create a more comprehensive picture. Anticipating audience needs. Audience preferences. Consider your audience's familiarity with visuals. A professional audience may expect polished, minimalist visuals, while a general audience might benefit from vibrant, detailed images. Cultural sensitivity. Colors, symbols, and images carry different meanings across cultures. For example, red may symbolize luck in some cultures, but danger in others. Research audience expectations to ensure your visuals connect effectively. Cognitive load. Don't overwhelm your audience with overly complex visuals. Simplify where possible and include explanatory captions for clarity. Advanced photo and video techniques. High quality imagery. Ensure all photos and videos are high resolution. Poor quality visuals undermine professionalism and credibility. Editing and enhancements. Use photo editing tools to improve lighting, sharpness, and contrast. Cropping can eliminate distractions and focus attention on key elements. Video subtitles. Include captions in videos for accessibility and to cater to viewers who may not have audio available. Use software like Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut, or free tools like Capwing for precise subtitle editing. Advanced data visualization. Crafting graphs, charts, and tables. Minimalism in design. Avoid clutter. Too many grid lines, labels, or colors can overwhelm readers. Emphasize the most important data points with bold or contrasting elements. Annotation for clarity. Use callouts or annotations to highlight specific data trends or comparisons. This ensures your audience's focus on the most critical information. Color coding. Apply a consistent color scheme across all visuals. Use contrasting colors for emphasis, but limit the palette to no more than 3 or 4 shades to maintain cohesion. Choosing the right type of chart. Line graphs. Ideal for showing trends over time or patterns. Use clear markers to distinguish multiple data lines. Stacked bar charts. Great for comparing parts of a whole over multiple categories. Combination charts. Pairing bar and line graphs can show a relationship between different sets of data. Enhancing tables for impact. Highlight key data. Use bold text or shading to draw attention to the most important rows or columns. Align data for readability. Align text consistently. For example, numbers to the right, text to the left to enhance clarity. Interactive tables. In digital text, consider embedding interactive tables that allow users to sort or filter data. Advanced visual creation and accessibility. Design tools for custom visuals. You can use graphic design tools like Canva, Adobe Illustrator, or Figma to create polished visuals. Data visualization tools. Tools like Tableau, Excel, or Google Charts offer advanced functionality for creating professional charts and graphs. Infographics. For visually heavy data or summaries, use infographics to combine visuals and text into a single cohesive design. Accessibility best practices. Colorblind, friendly design. Use patterns or textures in additions to colors to differentiate data points. Platforms like Color Oracle or Adobe Color can simulate color blindness to test your designs. Accessible formats. Export visuals in formats optimized for screen readers like SVG files, often maintain quality while being accessible. Alt text depth. For complex visuals like detailed charts, write comprehensive alt text or provide a brief summary for the main point in the body of the text. Innovative visuals. You could have interactive visuals for web-based texts. Consider interactive infographics or dynamic data dashboards. These allow users to engage with the data directly. You could use 3D models like Blender or Tinkercad to create 3D diagrams or models for subjects requiring detailed spatial representation. Advanced integration of visuals into text. Layering text and visuals. Wrapping text. Use text wrapping to integrate visuals seamlessly into paragraphs, ensuring no awkward spacing. Callouts and pull quotes. Add text overlays to visuals for quick emphasis or to highlight key points. Visual flow. A hierarchy of information. Position visuals to complement the text's flow. A good rule is to place visuals close to their corresponding discussion in the text. Visual grouping. If using multiple visuals on one page, group related visuals together and use consistent alignment for a polished appearance. Advanced labeling and references. Detailed captions. Go beyond Figure 1, a graph of data, by providing context such as Figure 1. This graph illustrates a 20% increase in sales from 2021 to 2022, highlighting the effectiveness of the new marketing strategy. Cross-referencing. In longer text, refer back to visuals, for example, as shown in Figure 2, to guide readers and reinforce your argument. Advanced design and layout principles. White space and margins. Strategic use of white space. Let visuals breathe by adding generous spacing around them. Cluttered layouts can overwhelm readers and obscure your message. Consistent margins. Maintain consistent spacing between text, visuals, and page edges to create a cohesive look. Typography for visually heavy texts. Readable fonts. Use clean sans serif fonts like Helvetica or Arial for text accompanying visuals. Reserve decorative fonts for headings only. Dynamic text sizing. Use larger fonts for headings and labels to ensure readability. Keep body text at 10 to 12 points for clarity. Advanced navigation tools. Interactive menus for digital texts. Use hyperlinks and sidebars to help readers navigate easily. A table of contents for visual heavy reports. Include visual previews or thumbnails in the table of contents for easier navigation. Refining visuals designed through feedback. Use testing. Share your work with test readers to ensure your visuals are clear, accessible, and engaging. Refine visuals based on feedback. Test for readability, alignment with purpose, and overall aesthetic appeal. And A/B testing for digital media. Test 2 different layouts or visuals designs to see which resonates better with your audience. Final thoughts on visual design. Visuals are often the first elements readers notice, and their design plays a crucial role in determining how your message is received. A thoughtful, polished visual can clarify complex ideas, evoke strong emotions, and leave a lasting impression. By mastering the use of visuals and integrating them seamlessly into your text, you elevate your writing from good to exceptional. Remember, in the age of multimedia communication, your visuals are as much a part of your voice as your words. Treat them with the same care and intention, as they will amplify your message. Now we're talking about using and remixing across media. Writing today isn't just about words on paper. It's about combining words, visuals, sounds, and more to create messages that resonate. Welcome to the world of multimodal writing and remixing. The purpose of today's lecture is to introduce you to multimodal writing and explaining the role of remixing, and to discuss how to approach projects using various modes and media. What is multimodal writing? Multimodal texts combine different ways of communicating. According to Cynthia Self, the 5 key modes are linguistic, written or spoken words; visual, images, colors, fonts, and layouts; audio, music, sound effects, and tone of voice; gestural, body language and facial expression; spatial, arrangement of elements on a page or screen; historical context. For centuries, writing relied on linguistic and visual modes. Today, technology allows us to incorporate all 5 modes seamlessly, making writing more dynamic and engaging. For example, turning a book into a movie or TV series; adapting academic research into podcasts or infographics for a broader audience. The key takeaway: multimodality opens up exciting new doors for writers, giving us tools to communicate in ways that go beyond traditional writing. Consider your rhetorical situation, questions to ask, the purpose, why are you creating this project, what change or reaction are you aiming for, the audience, who are they, how can you connect with them effectively, what assumptions should you avoid. Choosing your genre and media. Match the genre to your goals. For example, proposal, use prints for clarity; narrative, use videos for emotional impact; report, podcasts or infographics can simplify complex topics; practical considerations, time available, technology access and support systems, media labs, writing centers. I would say these days we are fortunate to have great access to technology, most of us anyways. Our phones can do most of the things we need to make a good project, right? If you want to make a podcast, you could easily use your phone to record your voice and make that podcast pretty simply. You might have to do a couple of takes, but be easy enough to just use what you've got in your pocket to make some of these projects, right? Types of multimodal projects. We have illustrated essays. The description: traditional essays are enhanced with visuals like photos, charts, or maps. Tips for success: ensure visuals serve the message, not just decoration. Position visuals near relevant text and refer to them. Add captions and cite non-original illustrations. Websites. Why websites? They're interactive, flexible, and can embed multimedia, videos, hyperlinks, etc. Design tips: use headings, bold text, and bullet points for readability. Include clear navigation and a menu for easy access. Embed visuals and audio to enhance engagement. I think websites cost about $50 a year these days. If you've ever wanted to make a website, this might be a good time to do that, get some credit for class, and also have a website out of it, right? Audio essays and podcasts. Unique features: spoken text, sound effects, and interviews make complex topics accessible and engaging. Write concise scripts, use active voice and concrete example, and follow Ira Glass's 45-second rule to keep pacing interesting. Then we have video essays. Combine visuals, audio, and text for storytelling. Useful for arguments, narratives, or personal statements. Tips: draft a storyboard to plan content. Use varied camera angles and clear audio. Incorporate text like titles or subtitles where necessary. Posters and infographics. Summarize data or information visually for easy understanding. The design principles: Organize information logically on top left or bottom right. Use bold visuals and primary colors for clarity. Include citations for data and visuals. Social media campaigns. Advantages: they reach wide audiences quickly. Key strategies: keep posts concise and engaging. Use relevant hashtags and visuals. Tailor the tone to the platform. Remixing across media. What is remixing? Adapting a message from one format to another. For example, turning an essay into a podcast or infographic. Steps to remix effectively. Identify your new audience and purpose. Select the appropriate genre or media. Retain core ideas while adapting style and tone. Managing multimodal projects, time management, very important, just like with every project. Create a timeline with specific deadlines. Break the project into manageable tasks. Organize files and content. Use folders for images, audio, and draft. Label files clearly for easy access. Storyboarding. Map out the structure visually. Use tools like sticky notes or digital apps. Crediting sources. Include citations at the bottom of posters or as credits in videos. For online work, use links or tags to acknowledge sources. Practical examples. Conclusion, final thoughts. Multimodal writing isn't just about using cool tools, it's about making your message resonate. Think about your purpose, audience, and medium, and the possibilities are endless. So go create something amazing.